Hello girlfriends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Jody and it's great to have you join me today. So today I am doing another affordable drugstore series, and this one I am bringing you OGX. So I have used this brand in the past, but I've really only used their wash day products. I've used from their, I'll pop up some pictures here because I don't remember the names off the top of my head. I've used from, I think it's their Coconut Curls Quenching line. I think I have one of the products from that line as well. And I've also used from their Moroccan line. Once again, these are the shampoo and conditioner that I've used in the past, and I've liked them. I actually used the Coconut Quenching one the most. So anyways, but I know I've used that one line for a very long time before I really started experimenting with my different products. So I did not get the shampoo and conditioner this time while using these styling products, simply because I didn't feel like I needed to. I knew I liked the shampoo, I knew I liked the conditioners, and there really wasn't a big difference, I felt like, between the two that I noticed, the two lines that I tried. So it has been a while. But with all my collection I had, I just felt like it wasn't really necessary for me to purchase those because I know I've liked them in the past. Now, let's get into the styling portion of today's video. I have several OGX products and we are going to get into them. This is the first product I'll be using. It's the Quenching Coconut Curls Frizz Defying Curl Styling Milk. It says, drench your curls. This milky cream blend with coconut oil, sweet honey, and a twist of citrus oil helps to enhance natural softness, boost decadent spirals, and tame frizz for beautiful tumbling waves and curls with bounce and shine. The directions say to apply a small amount to the palm and rub hands together, then apply evenly to surface of damp hair, working through to the ends. So that's what I'm going to do. And I've actually used these styling products once before. I experimented with them. I don't know if you can see, but I can tell when the sun is hitting this that it looks like the product is down to here. So it looks like I've used more than what I really have. I just don't think they filled these extremely full. But this is, what is this? This is a 6 fluid ounce container. So my experience with milks in the past have kind of been hit or miss. Some of them work pretty well for my hair and some of them are too heavy for my hair, I feel like. So this is what the product looks like. I think this is just one pump, by the way. I think one pump is enough for both sides of my hair. This coats my hands pretty well and a little bit flew off, but this is what I'm going to just try to work in through both sides of my hair. I don't think I need any more than this, because the next product I'm going to use, which we'll get to here in a minute, is pretty milky and creamy as well. So just working that in the back area and getting a little bit up top, what's left over on my hands. I will kind of brush this through to help distribute it as well. Just using my Denman brush here, and I am going to kind of wet my hair down a little bit more, and I'm going to also brush style, and I'll be back and I'll share the rest of the styling products. Okay, I have finished brush styling my hair, and I was not on point for brush styling today, so you didn't miss anything, trust me on that one. But anyways, the next product I'm going to apply is a mousse. This is a Locking and Coconut Curls Decadent Creamy Mousse. It says, with coconut oil and shea butter, this creamy hydrating mousse is part foam, part cream. Defrizz and define for total goddess curls. It's supposed to hold and hydrate your curls. The directions say, hold can upside down, dispense into palm. Apply generously on damp hair from roots to ends, distributing evenly. Apply more near the roots for added lift, and scrunch hair gently to lock in curls. So that's what we're going to do. The directions didn't say to shake this, but I always shake mousses that are in this kind of container. So I'm going to flip upside down, shake this a little bit, and I'll show you what it looks like in my palms. I don't know that I've ever applied a mousse not being upside down. Maybe if I'm doing like a split style test, but it's not because I generally intend to or generally like to apply my mousses that way. I almost always really like to apply my mousses upside down. So here we go. I'm trying to do it in frame here. It does expand, but it is really creamy as it comes out. So we're going to go in with about this amount first. This is very like thick. It's got the egg white consistency and it doesn't break down. Some mousses do, but I'm just going to try to pat that all over. I do want to definitely get it into my roots. But otherwise, I'm trying to be pretty even in my distribution. And I'm just going to scrunch like crazy. I may wet plop some of this out because feels like there's quite a bit in there. Okay, so normally I would have, after I was already upside down, I would have just put my hair up into my wet plop, but there's one more product that I want to try. And by the way, I did not scrunch out any of the mousse. So one more product that I want to try. This is the Moroccan Sea Salt Spray. It's a texturizing spray. It says tassel your strands with this texturizing weightless leave-in surf mist. Infused with sea salt, sea kelp, and argan oil of Morocco, it helps to add it helps to add fullness and shine for perfectly undone, breezy, beachy bombshell waves. The directions say, spray generously all over clean damp hair, scrunch hair all over with fingers, let air dry, or for extra volume you can blow dry with a diffuser. You can also spray this on dry hair for extra texture and curl. So we are going to spray this on wet hair, damp hair. This is what I did in the past when I experimented with this, and so we're gonna stick with that. If I feel like tomorrow I want to add this on kind of like my day 2 check-in, I might. We'll see how my hair is looking. And so I will say this packaging I don't particularly care for. I'm okay doing it in my left hand because I'm left-handed, but it doesn't work the greatest for me in my right hand. I mean, I can do a lot of things with my right hand, but this just doesn't feel like, I don't know, my hand's not large enough, and so as I try to squeeze down on this, it pops up and I like lose my grip on it, especially if my hand is any kind of wet. I can't do it with my right hand. So, and there's one other product that I had tried the last time I used these products, experimenting, and I will not be using that one today, and I will explain why. I think I'll do that after I come back though, so. All right, I'm just going to scrunch this in. That texturizing spray really is not very, I expected it to be sticky, to be truthfully honest, and it's not really that sticky in my hair. I thought that's what would give my hair grip, but it's not. And you know what? While I'm doing this, I think I'm going to flip upside down and then do my my wet plopping. So let me get in position for that and I'll finish talking. Okay, as I said, this sea salt spray really doesn't have much tack in my opinion. When I sprayed it on, I expected it to be more sticky. So, but after I was scrunching my hair, I felt like I did start to notice a stickiness to my hand. So I'm just gonna experiment with this, and okay, that's running down my hand now, but there's really not much stick right now, but I'm gonna let this dry just a little bit and then see if it's any more tacky after it's kind of dried a little bit. So I will say too, if you notice while I was putting my wet plop on, I don't know if I left that in this video or not, my struggle, but as my hair gets longer, it's getting more difficult for me to get my hair in the initial first bonnet cap that I put on, because it's getting to be a lot of hair once again. So, I mean, that's a good thing. It's a bad thing in the sense that, like I said, I'm just struggling to get my cap on. Okay, this is dried a little bit. There is a slight bit of tack, but really not much. It's really hardly anything. I think what I noticed, or what I was feeling the tack from, might have been more of the mousse. So we are going to let this sit on my hair for about 10-15 minutes, and then I'll go diffuse. I'll be back and I'll show you my final results. All right, curl friends, I am back with my hair fully styled, and this is what my curls are looking like. Give you a close up. And then the other side. And then I'll turn around and I'll show you the back of my hair too. All right, so now for my thoughts on these styling products. And my hair, first of all, my hair is very soft. When I was diffusing it, there was a slight cast that was forming, but after I scrunched out the crunch, my hair was very soft. So, but it does have good definition. It does have pretty good spring back there. You can kind of see that bouncing back. So I like to see that, but I don't have any hairspray on this, and I just feel like it might not stick around. Like I said, I have tried these products before. It's been about a month, and generally I like to do that a little closer to when I'm filming my videos, but I've had a lot going on in my life right now, and I wasn't able to have that opportunity. So I don't fully, I'm sorry, I had a frog in my throat. I don't fully remember exactly how all this held up, but I have the impression that it didn't hold up extremely long for me. So now I do remember there was one difference too. When I first tried these products, I also used the Locking Coconut Curls Finishing Mist. This is like a hairspray. It has water as the first ingredient, and it has the alcohol denatured. And I usually like to see that in my hairspray products, but this just did not work for me. The volume that I have, because I feel like I have decent volume, just disappeared when I had this, and that's not what I like from a hairspray. I spray my hair for a couple of reasons. One, to increase volume or maintain volume, and two, to give me hold. And this it decreased my volume, and it really didn't give me that great of hold. So that being said, I am not using this product. And once again, it has that spray application that I don't really like. It's more of that mist, and rather than the dry aerosol that I prefer. And it also, it's hard for me to hold, similar to the texture spray. And so, but my thoughts on some of these products individually here. This is a good primer, I feel like. It's a good milk. It doesn't weigh my curls down. Obviously, you can see like I have good definition, and it's springy. So I don't feel like this weighs my hair down. So I think this is a good affordable milk. So if you're looking for something like that, maybe check this out. And then for this mousse, this is a pretty good mousse. I personally like to have a gel in my styling routine. So normally I would like to combine this with maybe another gel, but for what it's giving me right now, I do like the results. It is light and fluffy. It's giving me the volume that it said it could give, and it also has some hold, not a lot of hold. Like I said, we'll see tomorrow how my hair is holding up. I did look at the ingredients, and there's a lot of conditioning ingredients in the first part of here. It's not a long list, but the holding ingredients really aren't until like the second half. So, and then for this sea salt spray, I'm not really sure what to think about this. Like I said, I might want to come back and try this on tomorrow's hair, but this has water as the first ingredient, magnesium sulfate as the second ingredient. The sea salt is like it's like the fifth ingredient. It's just not quite what I expected. I expected my hair to have a little bit more of a grit feeling, but you know, well, maybe you don't know. I don't always like that grit feeling that texture sprays give me. I think it was with Heritage. I didn't care for the feeling that gave me, but I also went too heavy-handed on that product. So like I said, I'm going to play around with this and just see how it works for tomorrow's hair if I feel like I need it. And so we'll check back then. All right, curl friends, I am back, and this is my day 2 hair using the OGX products. I'm pointing down here because my products are down here, but I'll show you once again a close-up of what my curls are looking like here. Not bad, I will say. This mousse, I was concerned wasn't going to give me a very good hold. I have used these products before, as I've said, but I don't remember this holding up as well as it did. And part of the factor could be that I did not use this time, this hairspray. I don't know. I just was not impressed with this, which is why I chose not to do it for this video. But I did want to make you aware of that. And so, like I said, my curls are soft. I don't expect it to hold up past today, to be truthfully honest. And I'm also dying just to get my hair off my shoulders too. But I am going to go back in with this. I debated whether I wanted to do this. This is a sea salt spray. I am going to go back in with this. I just want to see what it does for the texture of my hair, if I feel like there's any more grit, because my hair feels very soft today. So, and yesterday it really felt soft pretty much all day too. So this does not provide the grit like I was expecting with a texture spray. So we're just gonna give it another shot, see what it does, and we'll continue from there. I'm gonna apply this kind of like my hairspray. I'm going to try to not go as heavy-handed. In all preference, I would prefer to do a hairspray to save this, but you know, I'm one of my trusted hairsprays. But for the sake of experimenting, we are going to use this product. Okay, so I did fast forward a little bit through some of the times where I just waited to let the product develop, kind of dry out a little bit. And my hair is still just the slightest bit damp from the last spray that I used. And what I want to say though is I'm looking in my mirror and just assessing what my curls look like. I do feel like my hair has fallen just a little bit from yesterday's volume, and that's to be expected. For my hair personally, usually my best volume is on day one. It just kind of falls as the day goes. Usually by day two, I get a little bit more halo frizz, and I do have that, although I do feel like the spray kind of might have, you know, put that back into place a little bit. I'm not sure. I felt like there was more halo frizz when I woke up this morning, but I still feel like I have good definition. It still looks like my hair doesn't look dull. My hair isn't dried out. So I think these OGX products are really good for styling. I'm impressed. The one thing I will say, and I haven't mentioned this before, it doesn't just apply to OGX. It applies to most drugstore brands. I love affordable drugstore brands. Don't get me wrong. I love them. Prior to my whole experimenting with all these different products that I have, I use drugstore brands regularly, and I have my old routine coming up in a video. Actually, by the time you see this, it will already be out. So, like I said, I love drugstore brands, and I used to use them all the time. But one thing I will notice that was brought to my attention as I began experimenting with products is that most drugstore brands, affordable ones, don't have the proteins that my hair really crave. And over time, if I would continue to use those brands that don't have those proteins, then my hair does become more limp and not hold the curl pattern like you typically see now. So that is something I noticed beforehand, like I said, with my previous styling routines and what I would use. And so that's just something to consider. But I really do like these products. I would love to incorporate them into routines more often. I think they're great. Like I said, they don't weigh my fine curls down. They've held up for hair that tends to fall limp a little bit easier. And so that's my thoughts on these OGX stylers. Let me know if you've tried these in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you have tried them, what are your thoughts? Do you have what I would consider as a success story today or not? So like I said, let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you have another affordable drugstore brand that you'd like me to try, please let me know in the comments. And that really helps me out. And until I see you again next week, have a great day. Bye.